In the shadowy corners of the city where danger lurks and secrets hide, there's one man who dares to tread. His name, Jason King. A detective like no other, armed with an intellect sharper than a razor's edge and a wit as quick as a striking cobra. But his opponents aren't your everyday criminals. They're masterminds of deception, serial killers who play a deadly game of cat and mouse. In a world where the line between good and evil blurs, Jason King stands steadfast. He's not just solving crimes, he's diving into the human psyche, unraveling the twisted knots of depravity. Each case, a new challenge. Each criminal, a new puzzle to solve. In the relentless pursuit of justice, will the hunter become the hunted? Stay tuned as Jason King takes you on a thrilling journey into the heart of darkness.
The rain beats in a chilling rhythm against the window panes of the secluded cabin. The wind whispering tales of dread through the bare branches outside. A fire crackles in the hearth, casting eerie shadows that dance with the flickering light as a detective seated by the warmth begins to recount a tale that has captivated and horrified the nation. On a day that began like any other, February 13th, 2017, two teenage girls, Abigail Williams and Liberty German, embarked on an afternoon hike in Delphi, Indiana. As the hours passed, their families grew anxious. The girls, who were usually so punctual, had not returned home. By evening, their worst fears were realized. The girls had vanished. The following day, a search party made a grim discovery near an old railroad bridge, a spot the girls had been known to frequent. Their bodies were found, laying the foundation for a mystery that would baffle authorities and grip the nation for years to come. In the immediate aftermath, the small town of Delphi was plunged into a state of shock and grief. But alongside this, a determination to find justice for Abby and Libby ignited within the hearts of the community. The Indiana State Police, the FBI, and local law enforcement agencies launched a comprehensive investigation, sifting through countless leads and tips. A significant breakthrough came when authorities released a grainy image and a chilling audio recording from Liberty German's phone. The brave teen had managed to capture her suspected killer. Despite this potential lead, the case grew cold. The man in the recording remained unidentified, a ghost haunting the town of Delphi. For years, the case lay heavy on the hearts of those involved. The families of the slain girls, the dedicated officers, and the community of Delphi all yearned for a resolution. The faceless man from the video continued to elude the grasp of justice, his identity a mystery that seemed impossible to solve. Then, in late October 2024, a sudden development rekindled hope. Richard M. Allen, a 50-year-old man from Delphi, was arrested and charged with 2 counts of murder. The news of this arrest echoed through the community, a jarring reminder of the tragedy they'd lived with for so long. The details surrounding Allen's arrest remain limited, a measure taken to protect the integrity of the case. He has entered a preliminary not guilty plea, and a pre-trial date has been set for January 13, with the trial scheduled for March 20th. As the rain continues its relentless drumming against the cabin, the detective falls silent. The fire's glow illuminates his thoughtful expression. The arrest of Richard M. Allen marks a significant turn in the Delphi murders case, but the story is far from over. The wheels of justice are in motion, but the road to a verdict is long and winding. As we await the unfolding of this trial, we remember Abby and Libby. Their story serves as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the most unsuspecting places and the bravery of 2 girls who faced it. For now, the fire burns low, the detective's tale told. But the story of the Delphi murders, like the wind outside, continues to howl in the night.
Darkness.
In the quiet town of Delphi, Indiana, a legal drama unfolded that captured the nation's attention. Richard Allen, a local man, found himself accused of a crime that shook the community to its core. the murders of Abigail Williams and Liberty German. As the trial approached, Alan's defense team embarked on a challenging journey to prove his innocence and point the finger at two other men, Patrick Westfall and Brad Holder. The story begins with Alan's defense team, led by the astute and determined attorney Robert Scremin. He knew that the task ahead was monumental. The evidence against Alan was significant, but he harbored deep convictions about his innocence. His strategy was multifaceted, focusing on dismantling the prosecution's case while building a credible narrative around Westfall and Holder's involvement. First, Robert dove into the evidence. He worked with forensic experts to reanalyze every piece of data, from DNA samples to digital footprints. In this process, they discovered anomalies, traces of DNA not belonging to Alan at the crime scene, subtly suggesting the presence of others. Next, Robert focused on establishing a motive and opportunity for Westfall and Holder. Through painstaking investigation, his team unearthed evidence of a previously overlooked connection between the two men and the victims. This included digital evidence of threatening messages and a witness who claimed to have seen Westfall and Holder near the crime scene around the time of the murders. To bolster their case, Robert sought to discredit the evidence against Alan. He challenged the reliability of the forensic evidence linking Alan to the crime, presenting expert testimony to suggest that the findings were inconclusive or potentially contaminated. Additionally, he provided a solid alibi for Alan, backed by witness testimonies and digital records. The defense also utilized psychological experts to analyze the behavior of Westfall and Holder, presenting a profile that suggested they were more likely to commit such a crime based on their past behavior and psychological evaluations. As the trial progressed, Robert's strategy focused on creating a narrative that resonated with the jury. He emphasized the lack of direct evidence connecting Alan to the murders and highlighted the alternative suspects with compelling motives and opportunities. Through a combination of forensic evidence, witness testimony, and expert analysis, he painted a picture of a flawed investigation that too hastily focused on Alan while ignoring critical leads. In his closing argument, Robert passionately argued that the evidence pointed away from Alan and towards Westfall and Holder. He reminded the jury of the principle of reasonable doubt, arguing that the evidence against Alan did not meet the high standard of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. In contrast, he presented a compelling case for considering Westfall and Holder as the true culprits, based on a combination of motive, opportunity, and forensic evidence. To convince the jury, Robert needed to do more than just cast doubt on Alan's guilt. He needed to convincingly shift the narrative towards the guilt of Westfall and Holder, making it plausible and backed by solid evidence. He needed to weave the disparate strands of evidence into a coherent story that the jury could believe in, one that not only exonerated Alan but also fit the facts of the case more accurately than the prosecution's narrative. The outcome of such a trial would hinge on the defense's ability to challenge the prosecution's case and present a compelling alternative narrative.
Welcome to Delphi After Dawn, where the unknown meets the narrated. Here, we dive deep into the chilling depths of serial killer sagas and the haunting truths of the paranormal. Each episode is a journey into the shadows of fear and fascination. If you crave stories that linger in your mind long after the night has passed, you're in the right place. Subscribe and join us on this dark adventure. The truth awaits in the tales we dare to tell. Detective Jason King stands solemnly, the weight of responsibility clear in his gaze. His voice, deep and resolute, breaks the silence. In the heart of Delphi, a mystery unfolded that captured the hearts of a nation. 2 young lives were tragically cut short, leaving a community in mourning and a nation seeking answers. As we delve into the investigation, our commitment to justice never wavers. This isn't just a case. It's a solemn vow to bring peace to the families and hold those responsible accountable. We will never stop searching for the truth. In the heart of Indiana, the small town of Delphi was rocked by an unspeakable tragedy in February 2017. 2 young girls, Liberty German and Abigail Williams, ventured out on a hiking trail and never returned. Their disappearance and subsequent discovery launched an investigation that has captivated the nation. The girls set out on the Monon High Bridge Trail, capturing their journey on social media. Tragically, their bodies were found the next day in a nearby wooded area, setting off an intense investigation. Early on, law enforcement released a photo and an audio recording from Liberty's phone, believed to be of the suspect, along with a sketch that would later be revised in the pursuit of justice. The Delphi murders left an indelible mark on the community. Residents came together in grief, organizing vigils and memorials. The tragedy spurred initiatives to enhance safety measures and ensure that the girls' legacy would lead to positive change. Over the years, the case has seen various developments, with law enforcement releasing information to the public in hopes of finding leads. The community and online sleuths alike have rallied in support, sharing information and keeping the case in the public eye. Despite the passage of time, the investigation remains active, with authorities committed to solving this case. The public is encouraged to come forward with any information, no matter how insignificant it may seem. As we reflect on the Delphi murders, we are reminded of the importance of community, the resilience in the face of tragedy, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Liberty and Abigail will never be forgotten, and the efforts to find answers continue with unwavering determination. Hello, I'm Detective Jason King. Today we revisit the tragic case of the Delphi murders, a mystery that began in February 2017 with the disappearance and murder of two young girls, Liberty German and Abigail Williams, in Delphi, Indiana. Our journey through this investigation has been long and arduous, marked by relentless pursuit and the unwavering hope for justice. The story unfolded on a seemingly ordinary day as Liberty and Abigail set out to explore the Monon High Bridge Trail. Their failure to return home prompted an extensive search that ended in tragedy when their bodies were found the following day. The community of Delphi was forever changed. In the years that followed, we worked tirelessly, analyzing evidence, interviewing witnesses, and following countless leads. A key piece of evidence was a video from Liberty's phone, which captured a man we believed to be connected to the crime. In late 2022, a significant breakthrough led us to Richard Allen, a resident of Delphi. The search of Allen's home was a critical step in gathering evidence. While I cannot divulge specific details about the items seized or their direct connection to the case due to the ongoing nature of this investigation, I can affirm that this action was taken with the utmost care and consideration for the legal process. Richard Allen's arrest marked a pivotal moment in our pursuit of justice. Charged with the murders of Liberty and Abigail, this development brought a mix of relief and renewed grief to our community. The evidence against Allen includes, but is not limited to, statements made, items found during the search of his property, and forensic analysis. Again, due to the sensitivity and ongoing proceedings, specifics must remain confidential at this time. Our investigation does not halt with an arrest. We continue to examine every piece of evidence, follow every lead, and utilize every resource at our disposal. The pursuit of justice for Liberty and Abigail is far from over. As we move forward, we do so with the girls' memories at the forefront of our efforts. We are committed to transparency and justice, within the bounds of the law and respect for the judicial process. We ask for the community's continued support and patience as we endeavor to bring this case to its rightful conclusion. Thank you for joining me today to discuss this important case. In the past year, the shadow of unsolved homicides has grown longer, leaving countless families without closure and communities in a state of unrest. Today, we delve into the complexities behind these cases, exploring not only the numbers but the human stories behind each statistic. As we navigate through this challenging topic, we aim to shed light on the systemic issues that contribute to the high rate of unsolved murders and the critical steps needed to bring justice to the victims and their loved ones. Join us as we uncover the untold stories of the forgotten and the relentless pursuit of truth in the face of adversity.
In the shadowy underworld of crime, where the ordinary meets the extraordinary, you've been journeying with me, Jason King. We've dissected the minds of some of the most notorious serial killers, peeling back the layers of their darkest secrets. Every shadowy corner we've turned, every chilling confession we've analyzed, has been a step deeper into the abyss. But remember, the abyss also gazes back. So brace yourself as we prepare to dive even deeper. Next time, we'll unravel a tale so twisted, it will make your spine tingle with anticipation. An enigma so intricate, it will have you questioning everything you thought you knew. Until then, keep your eyes open and your mind sharp. This is Jason King, signing off.